Welcome to the full moon, the seasonal body, spring to summer. I wanted to speak at length about the happiness of my body and the delight of my mind, for it was April, a night, a full moon, and, but something in myself, or maybe from somewhere other, said, not too many words, please. In the muddy shallows, the frogs are singing. Mary Oliver. Welcome to this full moon gathering, this Scorpio full moon, sometimes called the full flower moon. Expanding light and lengthening days in the northern hemisphere, landing us more fully inside of spring. Whilst those of you in the southern hemisphere find themselves deeper into autumn now. My name is Abby, and I am one of the team here at Tree Sisters, and it is my pleasure to welcome you into this sacred circle today. This chance to gather with others out of regular time under the light of the moon. So Tree Sisters is a vibrant living community where environmental advocacy meets deep earth reconnection and gender equity. For over 10 years, Tree Sisters has been supporting women and communities to restore and reforest. Together, we've supported the planting of over 28 million trees across 19 projects. Just as important as the ecosystems we restore are the communities we support and the reconnection we cultivate between ourselves, each other, and all of life on Earth. And these calls are offered each month as an opportunity to feel the strength of community in a turbulent world and to come together and ignite our passionate action for making things better. And so part of our mission at Tree Sisters is to reinstate a culture of reciprocity, that we make it as normal to give back as it currently is to extract and to take. And so while these calls are free, if you need them to be, and you're very welcome, they are also an invitation to give back. So I'd love to invite everyone here to consider giving back to the trees. If you're not already a monthly donor, and you may want to sign up to become one. I think Ria has just put a link in the chat for that, if you were interested. And if you are a monthly donor, we just really want to extend our thanks to you and to let you know how you are hugely, hugely appreciated. And your donations are the thing that directly uplifts and enables women and communities to restore their lands and forests. Thank you very, very deeply for supporting such significant and impactful change. And just welcoming you to this series where we are tracing the seasonal arc of the year as it unfolds here in the Northern Hemisphere and exploring this cyclical rhythm and how we relate to it through our bodies. And today we're moving later into spring and into now the transition between the spring and the summer, and feeling into what's alive through our embodied experience in relation to transitions, in relation to this particular moment of moving closer to full expression, to the height of the sun, the longer days. And we will gather all of our noticings in relation to this and co-create a poem or a prayer offered back to the beautiful intelligence of this moment in the seasonal cycle. So before I share about what will happen in the call today, I'd love to hear from some of you and where you are and what called you to join the circle today. And yeah, particularly if this is your first time here. I see lots of things coming in the chat. It's making it so I can read it. Susan, Marin County, and Colleen, full moon blessings from South Africa. Welcome, Colleen. Holly in Indianapolis beside the White River. And Rebecca, happy full moon from Fairfax. And Catherine in a sunny London. Suzanne in Shoebury-Ness, flower moon blessings. Oh, things are moving. And Chloe, happy full moon from Breda in Netherlands. Liz, the traditional lands of the northern Arapaho, Cheyenne, and eastern Shoshone. Welcome, Liz. And Penny says, happy full moon from Wimberley, Texas. There is magic unfolding everywhere. Yes, that's what we're going to be exploring more of today. Priscilla, Comanche lands in West Texas. Chris in Colorado, Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute lands. Amy celebrating the full moon with everyone from Hudson, New York. Lynn, grateful to log in again. Currently vacationing in Washington. Trisha, full moon blessings from Vancouver. Greer, from a rainy southwest France. I feel like usually you tell us it's sunny in southwest France. So welcome everyone. It's really good to have you here and to be in circle together today. So I'm going to just say a little bit more about what's going to happen. So in a moment, there'll be an invitation to settle into yourself and to find comfort and safety and to turn away from any distraction. And then we're going to take a journey together. And at various points, I will give specific invitations for you to come and share anything that you're noticing into the chat box. And this is really however you're experiencing this journey, waking up through your body. And if you are new to these calls, then it is these sharings that form the basis of our co-created community poem or prayer. And your participation is welcome in whatever way feels comfortable for you. So you're welcome to move your body if that feels most aligned today. You're welcome to dance or sway or roll or stretch, or also to simply rest back as I guide you and be comfortable. Just whatever helps you to really tune into the unique experience within your body. So taking a breath together. And I just want to remind everyone that you are the priority during this practice together. So please do take care of yourself. Honor yourself and the unique experience you're having. And if you do feel agitated or lost at any point, just getting a bit curious about what's coming up and meeting yourself with a lot of compassion. And if you need to, just simply bring your awareness back to the ground and back to the space that you're in. Okay, so making yourself comfortable, making sure you have everything you need, and if possible, really intentionally turning away from the external distractions of life and beginning to turn your attention inwards. And to start with, just noticing how you are in this moment. Any physical sensations? How is your heart? What are the kind of qualities of your emotional body? Noticing any places of ease or any places of tension and holding. And just really trying to welcome the fullness of your experience. Noticing it's all just information. We don't need to try and change anything. Just witnessing and presencing yourself with what is there is all that's required. And as we land a little more deeply inside of ourselves, I'd love to also invite us to feel the multiple layers of invisible holding that are surrounding us. The moon cycle, the seasonal cycle, and the many cycles we're all embedded in as we enter this shared space. And tuning in now to the very direct holding your own contact with the ground, the way the earth is coming up to meet you wherever you're in contact, offering this unconditional, loving holding, your body to her body to your body. It's a form of simple, loving contact. And when you're in touch with this contact, taking a moment to locate your own center. And beginning to imagine your roots growing down from that center. Sinking down deeper into the earth through these roots. With this sense of your own roots traveling down into the dark fecundity. And begin to tune into other roots. Which other roots are present here? As though it were the tree of you in a vast forest of companions. Feeling yourself as part of a vast ecosystem, of a community, leaning into the connection present across geographical distance, sensing how our wise and magnificent bodies know how to do this, how to receive the holding of the earth, and how to feel connection to each other outside of linear time and space. As we land together to share this practice today. And so just beginning by taking a few deeper belly breaths. And with each inhale, attuning to expansion. And with each exhale, noticing a softening. Inhaling into expansion, exhaling and softening. And they may only be subtle feelings, just inviting something of that rhythm, expanding and softening. And then beginning to attune to the cycle turning. Spring is coming into its final expression. Having worn the many faces from the early spring and the tiny, fresh shoots, into more reliable times of longer light, a growing certainty and identity, many blooms expressing colour and beauty already, light expanding into length and warmth as we tip into this next time between. The transition, the time between spring and summer. This time of the cycle where we move from budding into blooming, where we steady ourselves to make a commitment, where we start to notice that expressions are being called forth from us. And as you come into contact with this time, just noticing what is the mood or atmosphere of this place. And coming and sharing in the chat. Letting yourself really land into this moment. Just feeling, what is it like here? What is the mood or atmosphere of this space between spring and summer? Coming and sharing your voice, whatever arises for you in the chat. Then gently bringing your attention back into yourself again. And everywhere we look at this time of year, it's as though life is flirting with us. We celebrate the abundance and fecundity of oncoming summer blooming, the waxing moon towards fullness, this time of moving from follicular to ovulatory energy in the menstrual cycle, and developmentally the movement between late adolescence and young adulthood. Maybe this moment feels thrilling and bright. Maybe it feels too much and too fast. Just noticing how an invitation to jump into this current of energy lands with you. And what's it like to locate yourself here? Is there a particular location or landscape that comes to heart, body, mind as you contemplate this transition? What do you notice? Again, coming and sharing anything that's arising, particular location or landscape, imaginal or somewhere familiar to you. Coming and sharing, and then bringing your attention back. And just considering now the experience of what it's like to be a tree at this moment in the seasonal cycle. This is a very full time for a tree. Tree is moving from the resting and resourcing energy of winter now towards the full growth and expression of the summer. Those buds that came into being in spring beginning to burst open, and these young, delicate, bright green leaves unfolding. Sap in the tree having risen as the high pressure surge over the spring is now becoming more of an active, steady energy, concentrated in the branches and twigs. Feeling how the tree is doing exactly what it came here to do. Feeling how the tree only knows how to become itself. And then tuning into how this energy might be flowing in your own body. Where has your sap been rising? Do you have a sense of being called towards your life? Being called towards becoming more of yourself? Where do you notice that creative juice living in your body in this moment? And it may just be a tiny drop of that juice. Certainly our own lives are not always aligned with the cycle in this way. Just when you really tune in, is there something you're being called towards in your life? And where is that creative juice sparking in your body? Again, just trusting whatever emerges and coming and sharing in the chat. And then bringing your attention back into your felt sense once more. And perhaps you contacted something bubbling in this threshold moment. This place that is the in-between, where it is neither spring or the more stable ground of the high summer. What are you bringing with you from the spring as the spring begins its slow blend into the summer? Heat rising, days lengthening. Were there ideas or explorations, things that want to be offered, expressed? Were they present earlier in the spring? Do they feel like they want to emerge, like they want to be spoken and offered into the world? Or is there a sense of something you're feeling a pull towards committing to? As the summer gently unfolds from this point, there's an opportunity to take something seriously, to say yes. Noticing if there is a yes in you to more of something, a way of expression, a way of being. Something I want to say yes to is. and coming and sharing again in the chat. As we also recognize that transitions are processual, there's no need to rush or skip this time. We stay aware. We bring our attention here. This is a valid and profound place in itself. And how is it to bring presence, to meet the shifting ground and building energy? It's time of preparation for risk, for expression and blooming. Is there still a sense of the quiet, deep stillness, the winter, the deep roots of this blossoming? It's noticing what it's like to bring those deep roots into your awareness. As you're feeling the presence and accumulation of all that came before this moment, here with you now, steady and grounded. And in this liminal moment between spring and summer, this time of Beltane in the Celtic wheel of the year, this fire ceremony, if this moment had a voice and could speak, what would they be saying just to you? What would they be calling you into? And again, just trusting whatever emerges doesn't have to make sense, or just if this liminal moment between spring and summer had a voice and could speak right now, what would they be saying? And noticing what it's like to receive what this moment is speaking to you. Does it land easily? Does that feel like something you can come into relationship with? And just letting the spoken voice be shared and bringing your attention back to yourself now. Feeling this web of care and holding around you. And wherever you find yourself, allowing this place to become a place of deep rest. Lying or leaning back, deepening your breath as you draw your attention back into your inner landscape now. And wherever you are, noticing the weight of your body on the earth once more as you come to a place of rest. Letting the breath settle now Really gathering yourself in as there is nothing to do but simply receive the wonder of your woven words as I share our co-created poem to this transitional time between spring and summer. Resting back to receive now. All is in process. Trusting, light, impatience, beauty in simplicity and colour. Observing a crow outside is breaking off branches of a tree to build a nest. Spontaneity. I want to colour, paint, intuitively draw as I transcribe what the universe is trying to whisper. Stretching, growing, bearing fruits. An aliveness in touching and feeling the earth in its full, abundant glory. Green growth on redwood trees scorched in a wildfire. Beautifully in bloom, in full joy of being. Wild waters. Exciting upward growth, wild waters, call of the trees to reach for the stars, reaching out for connection. Everything is reaching towards the light. Delicate flow, petals in the breeze, quietness, dream time, anticipation, exhilaration, deep desire to come into full bloom. Deep desire to come into full bloom, fronds of bright green hope, ripe with possibility, a dance of balances, quietness, exhilaration, quietness. Wonder and awe, anticipation, buzzing with activity and growth, in motion, in motion. Delicate flow, petals in the breeze. Fronds of bright green hope, ripe with possibilities. Beauty, colour, deep hydration from winter rains. Living beings opening up and reaching toward the increasing light. The increasing light, full bloom possibility in motion, balances, a dance. Rising intensity and firming up of once tender shoots, possibility and hope and the raw, wild expression of Mama Earth. The raw, wild expression of Mama Earth. Colours and scents emerging from the earth. Exhilaration, deep desire to come into full bloom, colours and scents emerging from the earth. Freedom beckoning up ahead. Exhilaration, quietness. Familiar, remembering, everything is reaching towards the light, freedom, colours and scents, possibility and hope. Raw, wild beauty, colour, bright, intense colours communicating out to the bees, to others. A call to connect and cross-pollinate. A call to connect and cross-pollinate, reaching out for connection. Standing on fertile land, gazing at the ocean, freedom beckoning up ahead, rising possibility, wild waters. Wild waters. Pollen, pollinators on the wing, wind singing, turtles basking in sunlight, tree branches swaying, budding, blooming. Call of the trees to reach for the stars, reaching out for connection. Scent of original rose, exciting upward growth, blowing off yellow clouds of pollen, releasing new energy into the world, exciting upward growth. Walking through the park today, noticing new life, ducklings, babies in the grass, toddlers in the playground, scent of original rose, field of blooming flowers, reach for the stars, nests of birds, orgasmic explosion of nature in the growing light, beautifully in bloom, in full joy of being, an aliveness in touching and feeling the earth in its full abundant glory. The tree makes no apologies for its twists and turns and spirals. The tree makes no apologies. Stretching, growing, bearing fruits, green growth on redwood trees scorched in wildfire, beautifully in bloom, cherry trees dropping their last petals, but the pink candelabra of the horse chestnuts alive with bees, an aliveness in touching and feeling the earth in its full abundant glory. We stand as sentinels of starlight to help you ground and grow in your essence. My limbs expanding like the branches of the trees. My limbs expanding like the branches of the trees. After weeks of grief and bereavement, a new poem knocking on my door. After weeks of grief and bereavement, a new poem knocking on my door. Stretching, growing, bearing fruits, love and expansion. So much expansion in my heart. After weeks of grief and bereavement. Sharing haiku, publishing stories, teaching and leading in creative community, creative juices to finally create order in my art and garden studios so my creativity can sing. So my creativity can sing, feeling the earth in its full abundant glory, twists and turns and spirals, a new poem. So much expansion. Love and expansion, grief and bereavement, teaching and leading, a new chapter opening for growth. I want to colour, paint, intuitively draw as I transcribe what the universe is trying to whisper. What the universe is trying to whisper, a smile encircles it all. Impatience. Sharing and giving to others from my heart, my love of nature, dance, qigong, yoga. Sharing and giving to others, observing, spontaneity, more acceptance, more acceptance. Anticipation for the okra, beans, tomatoes, basil and cucumbers as they come to their full potential in the months to come. Abundance manifest. Something I want to say yes to is my writing. Something I want to say yes to is my writing, tapping into my wildness, more acceptance, spontaneity, letting my body lead authentically, belonging to a community of like-minded souls, beautifully in bloom, in the breeze, growing light, pink candelabra, twists and turns and spirals, abundant, glory, exciting, upward, growth, reaching out for connection, impatience, tapping into my wildness. Yes to art, yes to poetry, yes to nature and gardens, yes to life for the joy of being here. Yes to more abundance, poetry, love. Promises of real and true expressions, a new way of living with the land. Yes to ease of being, open heart, deep practices, engaged connection with other in garden luncheons. Yes to nourishing, yes to poetry, yes to nature, belonging to a community. Yes to life, yes to restorative activities, reaping the seeds of winter. Shining more light and love into nature and the universe. Shining more light and love into nature and the universe. Promises of real and true expressions, a new way of living with the land. Yes. Yes. more light. Let go, enter in, restorative, poetry, wildness, writing, art, ocean, nest, branches, building, dance, dance, beauty. A smile encircles it all. Come into the circle, join in the dance. Come and dance with all of us. Let's smile. Embracing all of life in a dance of joy. The undoing is done. The undoing is done. Yes to receiving love and having in land so I can deeply relax. Garden dinners with friends, feasts of the senses, light, laughter, and deep conversations. Slowly breaking through the ice, let go, enter in. Reaping the seeds of winter. Let go, enter in. Embracing all of life in a dance of joy. Stretch, stretch. The undoing is done. Surrender to the rhythm. Sacred stirring, spiritual practice, attunement. Sacred stirrings. Come and dance with all of us. Let's smile. Let's smile. Surrender to the rhythm. Stretch. Embracing all of life in a dance of joy. Don't be afraid to let go. Set it on fire. Let it burn. Dance with me. Come into the circle. Join in the dance. Come in to the circle. Join in the dance. Please step into the other magical other world and notice who you are. Please step into the magical other world and notice who you are. Come into the circle, join in the dance. Don't be afraid to let go. Trusting light. Calling into ease of heart with whatever is happening. Calling into ease of heart with whatever is happening and being touched deeply by life force. No pressure, my friend. Just absorb the essence given to you. No pressure, my friend. Just absorb the essence given to you. Truth. Trusting light. Dance. Fire. Sacred stirrings. Let the old go. Clear the space. Open space for new. Coherent. Alignment with ease and grace and love. Coherent. Coherent truth, trusting light, releasing fear and hesitation. All that is becoming contains the necessary pieces. All that is becoming contains the necessary pieces. I am enough as I am right here, right now, open to receive life and love, wild birds singing on the wing, wind rippling as the tide changes. All is in process. Truth. All is in process. I'm enough as I am, right here, right now, open to receive life and love, expand all heart. Beautifully intense scent of lilacs as I walk along inspires whatever is rejoicing in blooming in me. All heart. I wish to immerse myself more in learning about and from the plants. Expand, wild birds, singing on the wing, wind rippling as the tide changes. All is in process. Releasing fear and hesitation, all that is becoming contains the necessary pieces. Connected to my sisters around the world who take care like the mycelium connecting trees. Expand, intense scent of lilacs, wild birds. Let the old go. No pressure, my friend. Set it on fire, let it burn, dance with me. releasing fear and hesitation. Step into the magical otherworld and notice who you are. Join in the dance. Let's smile. Surrender to the rhythm. Feast of the senses. Let go. Enter in more acceptance. Tapping into my wildness. Writing. Like-minded souls, Pacific Ocean. A smile encircles it all. Grief and bereavement. Love and expansion. Heart. Teaching. Creative community. Poem. Starlight. Abundant glory. Growing, bearing fruits. Green growth. Cherry trees. Wild waters. Original rose. Fertile land. Gazing at the ocean. Call of the trees to reach for the stars. Turtles. Basking in sunlight. Colours and scents emerging from the earth. Possibility and hope and the raw, wild expression. Ocean. Light. Wind singing. Upward. Growth. Duckling. Nests of birds. Orgasmic explosion of nature. Tree makes no apologies for its twists and turns and spirals and aliveness. Love and expansion, publishing stories, a smile encircles it all. Beauty in simplicity and colour, spontaneity, a crow. Wildness. Drawn to where the redwood forest meets the Pacific Ocean. Letting my body lead authentically. Yes to more abundance, poetry, love. Yes to art. Yes to nature. Yes to life. Yes to ease of being. Yes to nourishing. Yes to restorative activities. Yes. Stretch. Yes. Surrender to the rhythm. Yes. Come and dance. Please step into the magical otherworld and notice who you are. Don't be afraid to let go. Reaping the seeds of winter. Deep practices. Ease of being. Open heart. Belonging. Authentic. Just absorb the essence given to you. All is in process. Wild birds expand. All heart. Trust the opening up that is all around me in nature. Join in that dance. Expand, coherent, grace and love. Wild birds singing on the wing. Wind rippling as the tide changes. Releasing fear and hesitation. Clear the space. Truth. Trusting light. Ease of heart. Touched deeply by life force. Grace. Love. Truth. Surrender. Don't be afraid to let go. Dance with me. Expand. All heart. Lilacs. Heart. All is in process. And so just letting the words of this beautiful offering to this time settle and land with you as you gently invite your body to awaken back into this current time and space. Maybe taking a deeper breath or two. A yawn, a stretch, maybe making contact with your own body. And just gently returning to your space, looking around where you are and just feeling the support of the ground underneath you, back on the earth. And just reflecting on how it was to hear your words woven in amongst others, the experience of receiving the poem as a whole, and just, yeah, anything of where you're at now, anything that needs to be spoken to kind of integrate the experience, just bringing your voice into the chat as you sort of re-enter this moment in time, so we can integrate the experience together for a moment. Susan says yes to fascia hydration and the yeses of this poem. Yes, I love that image, how hydrating this time of year is. Yeah, a beautiful weaving, expanded canopy of invitations. Yeah, Leah says, in awe at the coherence and synchronous harmonic among us all. Yeah, that was very noticeable today, I thought. Thank you, Penelope. Thank you for being here. And yeah, thank you everyone for your participation and your leaning into, or your, if you're not somewhere where it is this time of year right now, just leaning into the imaginal knowing of this moment. Colleen says, my heart is so full from receiving these beautiful words. Thank you, Colleen. Resilient, joyful, emerging. Amy says, amazed at the flow of this tapestry of expressions, grateful to contribute some threads of fullness, of spring feeling. Yeah, thank you, Amy. Thanks for your contributions. Linda says, a needed infusion of love. Rebecca, our hearts reflected in one another. Yes, across time and space. Yeah. Oh, Chloe says, I love dancing to the words. Yeah, they were very alive. They were very alive today, weren't they? Thank you so much, everyone. And yeah, I'd really love to invite you to spend some time inside this seasonal transition moment, if it's true for where you are on the planet right now, or as a reflective imaginal space, or maybe just like inside of a moment in your own creative cycle, and to just, yeah, deepen your relationship to this kind of fecundity and this time of blossoming, flirting, flourishing abundance. And yeah, just to really slow down and get present, allow the transition to be a powerful time in itself, and to just, yeah, really, really be here and noticing what it's like to be called into more commitment and more true, authentic expression. The world needs that. So if we can all spend time nurturing that, I think we'll be in a very much better place. So yeah. Oh, Catherine says, love being a tree sister and checking in with our imaginary forest of creativity, community, and hope. Yeah, it's a great honour to be a part of that too. Feel that lullaby of such sweetness and hope and healing. Yeah, that's Rebecca. Yes. Yes to doing this. Yes to full moon gatherings. So yes, I would love to say thanks to Ria for her support today, and showing us these beautiful blossoms on our screens. And yeah, just to invite you to join me again in May for the next in this series of gatherings, where we will be entering the summer time more fully. What is it like to enter this space having so mindfully prepared for its fullness? So I hope you'll join me again to play in the height of the summer sun. And I look forward to, yeah, diving deeper and exploring with you next time. And sending love and blessings. It's still too light here to see the moon right now. With love and blessings for this full moon. Thank you so much, everyone.